Hi, welcome to my channel. Before we begin, take a notebook and write down all the formulas that we will be going through and then revise them. Kindly subscribe to my channel, share the videos with your friends so that even they will benefit. Today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4-2, October-November 2017. The first question, A. Alex has $20 and Bobby has $25. Write down the ratio of Alex's money to Bobby's money in its simplest form. In the calculator, write this as a fraction. This is Alex's money and this is Bobby's money. And you will get the answer 4/5. So just write here 4:5. A2, Alex and Bobby each spend 1/5 of their money. Find the ratio of Alex's remaining money to Bobby's remaining money in its simplest form. They are spending the same amount of money. So the ratio is not going to change. It's still going to be 4:5. A3, Alex and Bobby then each spend $4. Find the new ratio. Here they are not spending a fraction of their money. They are spending $4. So you will have to work it out. Let's start from the starting. Alex has $20 and he spends 1/5 of his money. So 1/5 of 20 is 4. So how much does he have now? 20 minus 4 will give us 16. And then from the 16, he spends 4. So we are going to subtract 4. He has $12 remaining. The same way we are going to work out Bobby's money. 1/5 of 25 is 5. Then 25 minus 5 is 20. And then from 20 we have to subtract 4. That will give us 60. Now in the calculator, write 12/16 and the answer you will get is 3/4, which you can write as 3:4. 1. The population of a town in the year 1990 was 15,600. The population is now 11,420. Calculate the percentage decrease in the population. Whether you want to find the percentage decrease or increase, we use the formula difference of the two values over the original value multiplied by 100. Whatever formulas we are going to use, write them down in a notebook. So then it becomes easier for you to remember. So let's find the difference. What are the two values we have? We have 15,600 and 11,420. Over, which was the starting population, 15,600. And then you multiply by 100. It's a 3-mark question. You just needed to know this formula. And we will get the answer 26.79. We'll round it to 1 decimal place because we usually round to 3 significant figures. So that will give us 26.8%. B2, the population of 15,600 was 2.5% less than the population in the year 1980. Calculate the population in the year 1980. To find the new value after a percentage increase or decrease, this is the formula we use. Original value multiplied by the percentage increase or decrease is the new value. We have the new value, but we have to find the original value, so we are still going to use this formula. The population of 15,600 was 2.5% less than the population in the year 1980. So this is a decrease. If it is a decrease, the change in percentage is found by 100 minus the percentage change divided by 100. So just let's place everything now. First thing is the original value you don't have. So we are just going to write here the original value multiply by the percentage decrease. So what is our decrease? 2.5 percentage less. Therefore, that will be 100 minus 2.5 divided by 100. And this will give us the new value, which is 15,600. Put this thing in the calculator and let's see what we get. Is equal to 15600. This is a multiply, so when we move to the other side, it will be a divide. Now you just have to put it in the calculator to get your answer. And that will be 16,000. I hope you have understood these rules and how to use them. So even when the original value or the starting value of something is given and you want to find the new value, you use this formula. And if the new value is given and the percentage change is given, you use this formula. Question number C. Chris invests $200 at a rate of X percentage per year, simple interest. At the end of 15 years, the total interest received is $48. Find the value of X. Again, a very easy question if you know which formula to use. So we are going to use the simple interest formula, which states interest is equal to PRT over 100. What is PRT? P is the principal, that is your amount you invest. R is the rate of interest, which we don't know here. In our case, it is X. Interest is I and T is time in years. So before you begin, always write on the side everything. So you got principal, which is 200. Rate of interest is X. And time in years is 15. And the interest you received is 48. So we are going to plug in the formula. Interest is equal to PRT over 100. You want to find R. So I think it is easier if you make R the subject first. This is 100 in the denominator. When I move to the other side, it will become multiplied. It will be in the numerator. Multiply by 100. And then you are left with PRT. P and T is multiply P multiply by R multiply by T. So when you move to the other side, it will be a divide. You are left with R. Now just substitute and we'll get the answer. The rate of interest second is X. So X is equal to I, which is 48, multiply by 100 over principal, which is 200, multiply by time in years, which is 15. And we will get 1.6. So X is equal to 1.6. Part D. Dani invests $200 at a rate of Y percentage per year compound interest. At the end of 10 years, the value of her investment is $256. Calculate the value of Y correct to one decimal place. We still have to find the rate of interest, but we have to use the formula of compound interest. So this is the formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. P is the principal, rate of interest is R, interest is I. You don't need to use that here. And years is equal to n and amount is A. So let's write down everything that we have now. Our principal is 200. Rate of interest is Y. time in years is 10, and the amount is going to be 256. Now we are going to replace in the formula. A is equal to P 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. So 256 is equal to 200, 1 plus y over 100 to the power of 10. This is a multiply. When I move to the other side, it will be a divide. So 256 divided by 200. Don't use the calculator now. It's easier if you just continue solving. And then you have to the power of 10 remaining. If you move it to the other side, it will be 1 over 10. Let me explain it here. Suppose you got x is equal to a, x to the power of a is equal to y, and you want to make x the subject. We can write it as y is equal to, x is equal to y to the power of 1 over a. That's the same thing that we used here. Again, I'm not using the calculator. We'll just continue. Sorry about that. 256 over 200 to the power of 1 over 10. The plus 1 which we have here, when we move to the other side, it will be a negative. So you have y over 100. If you want to put in the calculator now, this whole thing, you can do so. Let's see what answer we will get. We will get 0.02499 is equal to y over 100. This is a divide. When I move to the other side, it will be a multiply. So 0.02499 multiplied by 100 will give us y. That is 2.499 is y. We'll round it to one decimal place. We'll get 2.5 is y. So again, this question was an easy question, and it's a quite often repeated question. You just needed to know the formula again. Question number 2 is a mensuration question. We have been given a cylinder and there's a sphere inside the cylinder. The radius of the sphere is r, and that means the radius of the cylinder is also r, as it is touching the sides of the cylinder. And the height is 2r, means 2 times the radius. The volume of the sphere is given by 4 over 3 pi r cube. When r is 8 centimeter, we have to calculate the volume inside the cylinder, which is not occupied by the sphere. So the empty space here, we need to find that volume. The first thing you need to know is the volume of the cylinder, which is equal to pi r square h. And the other thing, if you want to find the volume of the space not occupied by the sphere, that will be sphere, we need to minus from the volume of the cylinder the volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere is pi r square h, and r is 8 centimeter. So we are going to replace that pi into 8 square, and h is 2r, so 2 times 8. This whole thing minus the volume of the sphere, which is given by 4 over 3 pi r cube. R is 8, so 8 cube. Now we will put this in the calculator to get the answer. 1072.3. We can just leave it as 1072 cubic centimeter. Next part of the question, find R when the volume inside the cylinder not occupied by the sphere is 36 cubic centimeter. So the volume has been given to us and we have to find the radius. We are going to use the same formula, that the volume is 36 and that will be the volume of the cylinder, which is pi r square h, minus the volume of the sphere, which is 4 over 3 pi r cube. H is also given to us that it is 2r. So we'll simplify this, we'll get 2 pi, because the base is the same, you can add the powers. So what is the power of r here? 1. That will give us r cube minus 4 over 3 pi r cube. In your calculator, write 2 minus 4 over 3. We are just using the numbers. And we will get 2 over 3. So this is going to be 36 is equal to 2 over 3 pi r cube. We could do so because this is same here, pi r cube and pi r cube. If I want to make r the subject, I will have to move all of this to the other side. So again, if this is a divide, when I move to the other side, it's going to be a multiply. Multiply by 3. And 2 pi, which is in the numerator, will go down in the denominator. The same thing what we did last question. If you have to the power of 3, if I want to move the power to the other side, it's going to be 1 over 3. Now that will give us our radius. And we'll get the answer 2.58. So R is equal to 2.58 centimeter. Part B, we have a cone with radius 5 centimeter and perpendicular height 12 centimeter. The total surface area is painted at a cost of $0.015 per square centimeter. And we have to calculate the cost of painting the cone. To find the curved surface area, this is called the curved surface area, we use the formula pi r L, where r is your radius and L is your slant height. So what is your slant height? This is our slant height. And how do we find it? We have been given the perpendicular height, which is 12. So this is a right angle triangle. Let me just draw it over here. This is what we have. This is the perpendicular height 12 and the radius, which is 5. I need to find the slant height, which is the hypotenuse. So we need to use the Pythagoras theorem. If it is a right angle triangle and two sides are given to you, to find the third side, we use the Pythagoras theorem, which is a square plus b square is equal to c square. A and b can be either of the sides, it doesn't matter. But c is your hypotenuse, the side which is opposite your right angle. So we have to find our hypotenuse. To find c, I'm going to square root a square plus b square. Replace the values that we have, 12 square plus 5 square is equal to c. This will give you 13 centimeter. So the slant height is 13 centimeter. Now that we know that, what is the total surface area? Total surface area of the cone will be the curved surface area, which is pi r L plus the circle that we have here, the circle. I hope you know the formula to find the area of the circle. It is pi r square. We have all the information that we need. We just have to plug in the values. R is 5, length is 13 plus 5 square. We will get 282.74 square centimeter. That is the total surface area. And the cost of finding, the cost of painting per square centimeter is 0.015. So the total cost will be the total area, which is 282.74 multiplied by the cost 0.015. This will give us 4.24 dollars. Part 2. The cone is made of metal and is melted down and made into smaller solid cones with radius 1.25 centimeter and perpendicular height 3 centimeter. Calculate the number of smaller cones that can be made. For this question, we need to find the volume of the large cone. To find the volume of the cone, we use the formula 1/3 pi r square h and divide this by the volume of the smaller cone. This will give us the number of cones that can be made. So I hope you remember the radius of the large cone is 5. The height was 12. Divided by 1/3 into pi, and the radius is 1.25 centimeter and the height is 3 centimeter. When you put this in the calculator, you will get 64. So we can make 64 smaller cones. Please memorize this. To find the volume of a cone, you need to know this formula. Question number 3. We have been given a diagram of a field ABCD, and we have to calculate the area of the field ABCD. It has been divided into two triangles, triangle 1 and triangle 2. Triangle 1, ABC, is a right angle triangle. So to find the area of triangle ABC, we are going to use the formula half times base times height. To find the area of the second triangle, it's not a right angle triangle, then we use the rule. This is the formula we will use. Half AB sine C. A and B are the two sides and C is the included angle. So here we have, for triangle ACD, we are going to use half AB sine C. In the first triangle, our base is 70 and height is 100. In the second triangle, our A is 100 and B is 110 and sine C is sine 40. This will give us the total area of the field ABCD. 7,035 square meters is our answer. Part B, calculate the perimeter of the field ABCD. Perimeter is the outside part of any shape. We have AB and CD. We need to find BC and AD. To find BC, we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem because it's a right angle triangle, just like what we did in the previous question. So A square plus B square is equal to C square. What is our C? BC, the side opposite the right angle. So 100 square plus 70 square will give us BC square, but instead of writing the square, we'll write square root. We will get, sorry about that, we will get 122.065. We can round it to one decimal, 122.1. So this is what we have found. Now to find AD. Whenever you have a triangle and it's not a right angle triangle and two sides and an angle has been given to you, and you want to find the third side, we use the cosine rule. This is our cosine rule. A is the side we need to find, in this case, which is 80. B and C are the other two sides, and the angle A is the angle opposite the side we need to find. So we will have 80 square is equal to 100 square plus 110 square minus 2 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 110 cos 40. 5247.022. To find 80, we have to square root this, and we will get 72.4. So this is 72.4 meters. Even this is meters. Now for the perimeter, what shall we do? We just have to add up all the outside, the side values that we have. 122.1 plus 70 plus 72.4 plus 110. We can write 374.5 meters. So that's our perimeter. Part C, calculate the shortest distance from A to CD. The shortest distance is always the perpendicular distance or perpendicular height. So if we draw a line here, this is the perpendicular height. So this is going to be 90 degrees. And you want to find the distance from A. It's a right angle triangle. If you want to find this side that is opposite, and the side opposite the right angle is given to you, it means you have the hypotenuse. So you are going to use the sine rule. Sine 40 is equal to opposite, which is the distance over the hypotenuse, which is 100. Therefore, sine 40 multiplied by 100 will give us the distance, which is 64.27, rounded to one decimal place, 64.3 meters. I hope you know all your trig identities. Sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. Very important, you need to know them. Part D, B is due north of A. Find the bearing of C from B. So if we draw straight lines here, we'll understand it more clearly. We need to find the bearing of C from B. We need to find this bearing. For that, you need to know this angle. But we don't have any information to find that angle. What we do know is that this is 90 degrees because it's a straight line, and this is 90 degrees, so even this will be 90 degrees. If I find this angle here, I can subtract from 90 this angle to get the angle in blue over here. How do I find this? By using trigonometric identities. Now let's see what we have. We have got opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. So like I mentioned before, that means 10. We can write here 10C is equal to 70 over 100. Opposite over adjacent. To find the angle, we will use tan inverse. Whenever you want to find the angle, we write the inverse of the trig identity, 70 over 100, and we will get 34.99. We can round it to 35. So this is 35. Therefore, the other angle is going to be 90 minus 35, which is 55. To find this, if we have the inside bearing, we can just add to it. So the bearing of C from B will be 55, and we just have to add 180 to it, 235. That's the answer. I hope you have understood. I'll soon be making a video on bearing to explain more in detail the concepts. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. For question number 4 onwards, do watch part 2. If I've been able to help you, kindly share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and if you want me to solve any particular exam year, do mention in the comment section. I'll try to help you out. Thank you for watching.